Hello everyone, can you hear me well? All right, perfect. So, good to see you all here. So my name is Dávid Pálfalvi, I'm from ABC Innovation, and I'm international account manager for our company. And I would just like to give you a short overview about our newest drone, basically the L50. This is the first European 50-liter LiDAR-based drone, which we manufacture and develop in Budapest, next to Budapest in Hungary. So let's start. But before we go to the drone, I would like to give a little bit of context about our company, so you can see better if it would be working. It's not working. Okay, now it's working. So as you can see, we have a quite well established global presence right now in the world. All right, take some time. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So right now our drones are basically in 30 plus countries, flying over the world. We have 25 distributors in over 5 continents so far. And we have done almost 120 exhibitions so far, and we are just not doing it for the sake of it. So basically, we had conversations with farmers like you, and it always shaped our the strategy and the product development, how are we moving forward. And our mission is quite straightforward. So we would like to optimize your workflow with intelligent automation with our drones. We are training our users to become experts, because the technology is only good as basically the people who are using it. And it's EU quality, what you can see from us, and to stay in the air. So with robust support, actually, we would like to keep you in the air with our drones. Okay, so our drones, we will be focusing on the agriculture and the L50, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of context that we also have other areas as well. So for example, we have high pressure cleaning drones for real estate and industrial. We have common drone platforms which could be used for cargo, logistic, construction, emergency services, or even in the defense sector. But right now we are focusing on the agriculture. And yes, so here you can see the ABZ L series. So this is the agriculture platform, and you see 3 different types of drones. The L50 is the newest one, but the older ones, you can see the L10. That's our smallest one with a 10-liter tank. It is very usable for smaller fields, so basically around below 50 hectares. Then we have the 30-liter version, which is for medium to large fields between 50 and 300 hectares. And also the L50, so the biggest one, it's a 50-liter tank, and it is usable for large fields, so it is really optimized for 300 plus hectares. And before I jump into the technical and the specifications, I just wanted to show you that how is it working and how do we stay in the air. So we are using for the L50 an ABZ Sense technology. So the ABZ Sense technology is a LiDAR-based situational awareness, basically. It means that it is a real-time mapping with a LiDAR sensor, and it creates an accurate 3D model. As you can see on the animation, that's what the drone sees. So whenever it is flying above the canopy, flying in the field, it is by real time making a 3D point cloud and always knows what is happening in front of them or around them. This has 2 effects. So first of all, we have terrain follow option. So it means that even if you have a hilly, slopey area, you can set up on your controller that you would like to keep a specific height, for example, I don't know, 3 meters. And the drone will always be able to keep that height above your canopy. And the second one is the obstacle detection, because let's face it, that's the most common cause for the drone crashes. But with the LiDAR sensor, it sees 80 meters in front of it. It can detect electrical wires, electrical poles, irrigation systems, basically everything which should not be there or would be in the way of the drone. It will identify it and automatically avoid it. Okay, so we are talking about the spraying drone. So we are using CDA technology. Some of you might be familiar with it, some of you not. So CDA is called Control Droplet Application. And it's basically a rotating disc, what you can set up for different droplet sizes as well. So depending on the speed of the circulation, you can change it between 60 to 1000 micrometers for the droplet size, depending on the use case and the scenario which you need to use it. Why is it good? Because it is basically maintenance free, so there's no high pressure system. in it. You're just using a pump and this mechanical device. And it is also adding value to the resource efficiency, because with this technology, with the drones, you can actually use 90% less water compared to the traditional methods with tractors, with sprayers, and also 15% less chemicals. All right, so now let's take a look at the L50 itself. So it's, as you can see, the L50's performance is up to 24 hectares per hour. So of course, this depends on the actual use case. For canopies, you might need to have higher liters per hectare, but in simple fields, the 24 hectares per hour can be reached easily. The working width is 8 to 12 meters. And with one flight, you can actually cover like 3 hectares in one single takeoff. And this is actually giving us the chance here, because we have a 10 to 12 minutes of flight time. So this is around 30% better than the industrial average. And I will tell you in the next slide why does it matter. Of course, all of our drones, as I mentioned, is built in the EU. We built it in Hungary. And it has automated functions. So whenever you have your map about your field, you can just program it, or the drone will also give you some the optimal way where to go or which way to fly. And you just hit basically the automated start button, and the drone will take off and do the job. It will automatically come back if you need to refill the tank or to change the batteries. All right. So the next point, why I'm talking about 50 liters a lot. Yeah. So I want to stop here for a second, because 50 liters is quite a magical number right now. So the 50 liter, based on measurements, calculations, what we've done so far, 50 liter is really the optimal balance. Why is that? So drone industry can always be some kind of a numbers game. The bigger the better, but that's not always the case, because you are going bigger with the drones, actually you will have a logistical traps and problems as well. So with the 50 liter version, with the L50, basically you can use your standard pickup truck or trailer which you already had. You don't need to purchase a new device to take your drone to the site of the operation. A standard large generator like 7 kilowatts should be enough to charge it, whereas a 100 liter drone might even take up to 20 kilowatts. So it's also, you are saving on fuel, you're also saving on initial investment. That's a 2 or 3 person operation. So with bigger drones, it's most likely you will see that 3 person is definitely required to operate the drone, simply because of the size of it. So you need to take at least 2 or 3 people to take it off the truck, to refill it, everything. The L50 is manageable with 2 or 3 persons. It has a 33 kilogram empty weight with batteries inside. And it's an easy scalability as well. So I would definitely take 2 L50s instead of a 100 liter drone. Why? Because basically it means for you 48 hectares per hour combined. And it also gives you a little bit of ease. So one of the drones would be malfunctioning, you still have one additional. If you go with a 100 liter drone, that's basically not the case, and you have to wait for the repairs. And the lower total cost, so all of this, what I mentioned so far, the manageable logistics is making a much more moderate OPEX. So you will see it in your bank account at the end of the month that you didn't need to spend for so much people. It is a fast setup time and better cost per hectare than the industrial average. And yeah, the dead weight itself. So I just wanted to mention that one last time. So when you are taking a bigger drone, basically the battery itself will die first, and then you need to refill afterwards. And that's always the case, because that's a physical limitation right now. So if you have a 100 liter drone, what you will do is you will need to lift up that 100 liters, but then you can't really spray like half of it, so you have to come back. With the 50 liter drone, actually, you have a much better distribution of the weight during the flight, and that's why it's much more optimal for the drone spraying operations. So last message from my side with the L50 is that the larger tanks are always a logistical job and not an efficiency gain. And roughly that was it. I don't know how I am with the time. Hopefully we still have enough time. Right now I just wanted to... So I would like to thank you. If you will have any questions, we are basically just behind you in booth C21. So if you are interested, just come to us. We can discuss. You can see the drone by the owners. We have presented it. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much.
Could they have any questions all the bonus? Is there any bets? Oh yeah, all right.
And then just a quick question. What are for me the important markets for you? You know, the most interesting, most emerging, most bursting markets where they have the highest requests?
Yeah, right now I think the US market was the biggest one, but we are also trying to reach out to Australia, so there will be a very big untapped field. And also Latin America, I think, has some good merits.
What about Europe?
Europe is right now, so based on the legislations, it will change in the future. But right now, there is some legislation, let's say limitations sometimes, but actually we are very well established in Europe. So that's why I said that the new markets, which we would be trying to conquer. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Being here. Have fun.